Imagine a kitchen where every meal is a quiet act of love, where strangers find comfort without asking, and where kindness is served in silence. For Harold and Miriam, this wasn't just cooking, it was a way of life. Welcome to their story, where a humble retirement kitchen became a sanctuary of warmth, hope, and human connection. Today, we'll uncover how simple, consistent acts of generosity can quietly change lives, one meal at a time. For 20 years, Harold and Miriam's small retirement kitchen had been a quiet sanctuary of warmth, not just for themselves, but for anyone in need. Every morning, the soft aroma of freshly baked bread mingled with the rich smell of simmering soups and stews, curling through the rooms of their modest home. They never cooked for recognition, never prepared meals for social gatherings or fame. Every gesture was private, intentional, a silent offering to the world. Their kitchen was more than just a place to eat. It was a place of refuge, a space where a stranger could feel seen, nourished, and, in the most subtle way, loved. Miriam moved gracefully across the kitchen, her hands firm, yet tender as she kneaded the dough. She hummed softly, a tune so familiar it had become part of the walls themselves. Harold, standing nearby, chopped vegetables with deliberate care, glancing at her every so often with a quiet smile. Their movements were synchronized, born from decades of living, of love, of companionship. Even the smallest gestures, passing a bowl, wiping a countertop, offering a taste, were imbued with kindness, patience, and an understanding that their labor was about more than food. It was about nurturing the human spirit. No one outside their small, sleepy town knew of their secret. Harold and Miriam never posted on social media, never bragged, never allowed themselves the satisfaction of public praise. Their generosity was entirely private, yet consistent, steady, and unwavering. Every day, they gave without expectation, letting their hearts guide their hands, trusting that even a small act could ripple through the world in ways they might never see or understand. In this quiet devotion, there was a beauty that words could hardly capture, a testament to human goodness expressed simply through action. It all began during a winter far harsher than usual, when the wind cut across the streets like a cold blade and snow piled high against doorways. A delivery driver, weary from his route and burdened by exhaustion and hunger, collapsed near their doorstep. Without hesitation, Harold and Miriam ushered him inside, offering warmth, comfort, and a meal that seemed modest but was given with the riches of intentions. In that moment, the kitchen transformed from a private haven into a beacon of hope, a place where a stranger could find solace without judgment, just simple human care. They served him a simple meal, a steaming bowl of soup, bread still warm from the oven, and a cup of fragrant tea. The man ate quietly, each spoonful a reminder that someone, somewhere, cared. Tears welled in his eyes, not from pity, but from the recognition that such kindness existed in the world. He left the kitchen without fanfare, disappearing into the snow, but the echo of that encounter lingered in the hearts of Harold and Miriam, planting a seed that would grow into a lifetime of silent generosity. The following week, and the week after that, more strangers arrived. A mother, weary and frazzled, arrived with her children in tow. A lonely elderly man shivered outside the door. A tired nurse, finishing a double shift, quietly accepted a cup of tea. With each visitor, Harold and Miriam's kitchen became a sanctuary, though they never announced it, never sought recognition. The small home, once simply a place of retirement, had become a silent hub of care and compassion, a refuge for those who had nowhere else to turn. They never asked questions about who came or why. They didn't press for personal stories or probe into troubles. They only offered what they could: a meal, a seat, a gentle smile, and the reassurance that, for a moment, someone was safe, valued, and seen. The act of giving had become an unspoken rhythm, an unbreakable bond between the couple and the countless strangers who unknowingly relied on their care. Each day, they reaffirmed a truth that many forget: that simple, consistent kindness can shape lives in profound ways. Over the years, the visitors changed. Some lingered for conversation, sharing snippets of their lives. Others stayed only long enough to eat, then disappeared into the world, carrying a renewed sense of hope. Each person left with more than just nourishment. They took away the feeling that they mattered, as someone had taken the time and effort to care, even for a brief moment. For Harold and Miriam, the joy was subtle, almost invisible, yet deeply felt. They had discovered the quiet miracle of human connection. There were widowers, mothers struggling to feed their children, teens fleeing hardship, and weary workers seeking respite. All became temporary guests of the couple's hearts. And yet, Harold and Miriam never grew weary. Every visitor was met with the same warmth, the same respect, and the same devotion. Their love, expressed through the careful preparation of a meal, became a silent testament to the belief that no one is truly insignificant, that small gestures of care can ripple far beyond what we imagine. And so, day after day, the couple continued. They washed dishes, chopped vegetables, and hummed softly as their lives intertwined with those they helped. They never claimed credit, never asked for thanks, never sought recognition. Their joy was quiet, intrinsic, and enduring. Every act of kindness added layers to the rich tapestry of their lives, building a legacy not measured in wealth or fame, but in hearts touched, spirits lifted, and the unspoken understanding that their lives had mattered in the most profound, human way possible. They didn't realize at first how deeply their quiet acts were shaping lives. Each meal, each warm smile, each gentle word planted seeds of hope in hearts that might never return to the kitchen. Over time, strangers began to carry that hope into the world. Small acts of kindness inspired by their example. Harold and Miriam, though unaware of the full impact, felt a subtle satisfaction, a quiet glow in their hearts, knowing that their giving had a ripple effect far beyond the walls of their home. One particularly harsh winter, when food was scarce and their savings stretched thin, the couple found ways to improvise. They repurposed leftovers, creatively combined ingredients, clipped coupons, and rationed carefully, not for themselves, but so that another family could eat, so that another weary soul might feel a spark of warmth. Each challenge reinforced their commitment, proving that kindness was not measured by abundance, but by intention, persistence, and heart. Even as the years went by, their own bodies slowed and aches grew more frequent. Yet Harold and Miriam never allowed fatigue or hardship to deter them. Every meal shared became an act of devotion, a reminder that giving often required sacrifice, and that the true reward of kindness lay not in applause or acknowledgement, but in the knowledge that someone, somewhere, had felt loved, supported, and valued because of their efforts. As we close the chapter on Harold and Miriam's kitchen, their story leaves us with a powerful lesson. True kindness doesn't seek recognition, it simply gives. In a world full of noise, their quiet devotion, nourishing not just bodies, but souls, reminds us that the smallest acts of care can have the biggest impact. Their legacy teaches us that love, shown through simple, consistent gestures, can ripple out in ways we might never see. So, take a moment today to offer a little kindness. It might just change a life.